Hey, welcome to the Drink Laugh Judge. We're your hosts, the Screaming Axeman, and
Amber of Darkness.
we're here with the top 10 horror movies of Halloween.
Or more or less the top 10 movies that make it feel like Halloween.
Yes, so starting right off with number 10.
Well, we kind of debated this a little bit, but I think we're going to go with Tales of Halloween. Kind of going under the radar a lot. The cover kind of made it look a little bit, I don't know.
It's one of those you skip by on Tubi, to be honest, and it's unfortunate because you should definitely check it out, and it's well worth it. It's an anthology, which, love them or hate them, this one's worth checking out.
Coming in at number 9, it's going to be another anthology, Trick or Treat.
This one just has everything you love. It's an introduction for kids, but it also has an edge to it. It's got a lot of... It's got your sex, blood, and guts, and gore, and...
But it also has that, when you watch this movie, you feel like it's Halloween. Like, it's got that awesome kind of crisp air. It's got the pumpkin. I mean, it's perfect.
Number 8, we have Pumpkinhead.
Keep away from Pumpkinhead unless you're tired of living.
It's just a perfect jack-o'-lantern carving movie to throw on in the background. A lot of people don't revisit this one, or if they've even seen it at all.
I mean, what was the other nickname for it? It was just like a messed up fairy tale or something like that. It's got that element. It's a revenge movie. The practical effects are amazing. You don't get much better than the Pumpkinhead suit.
You've got Lance Henriksen leading the movie. It's a tale of revenge, and unfortunately, that you know how that ends up for the individual who seeks it and ultimately gets it.
I mean, and then you have the creepy witch in the woods part to it, so it kind of covers a whole bunch of bases. Badass, like demon, monster, practical effects, revenge story. Doesn't get any better. Creepy little hillbilly kids doing nursery rhymes.
Nothing scarier than hillbilly kids. Number 7, The Halloween Tree, Ray Bradbury, narrated by Leonard Nimoy, Spock. This is an animated film from the 90s. It just goes through the origins of Halloween, follows childhood friends trying to save one of their own, and they have to travel through different cultures and time and to learn about Halloween's origins.
Well, even better, though, is like what the Halloween tree actually is, though. It's just this big, gnarly tree, and there's jack-o'-lanterns all over it. They're all different. Every jack-o'-lantern is representing a soul.
All lit.
It's pretty dark for a kid's show, but most of them were in the 80s and 90s, but totally worth a check out if you haven't seen that.
Absolutely.
Number 6, need I say more? Hocus Pocus. Who doesn't feel like it's spooky season until you watch Hocus Pocus? If I need to see Bette Midler sing I Put a Spell on You before it's Halloween. That just period. That's it.
Yeah, the mythological witches just creep me out. So
Just a super fun movie. I feel like it's just held up throughout the years. It's fun. And the fact that Binks is the animatronic from Sabrina the Teenage Witch, which was rather used in Sabrina the Teenage Witch TV series afterwards, is pretty great.
moving right along to number 5, Pet Sematary.
That doesn't get creepier than Pet Sematary. That movie messed me up as a kid, and it still freaks me out.
Stephen King, been ruining childhood since before we were born. So
Yeah. It was just a boy.
it's got Fred Gwynn,
Herman Munster.
Herman Munster, yes, and we're not going to bring up the Rob Zombie remake, although we still look forward to watching it. So.
Yeah, we're still looking forward to seeing that. Can't judge it until you've seen it, so... but yeah, Pet Sematary, you don't get much better than that. It plays with your emotions. It's very sensitive subjects about how far would you go to bring back a loved one, even if they keep coming back all messed up and trying to kill you. But
well, it deals with children losing their pet.
Well, nothing's more heartbreaking. That's usually the first experience with like death and loss you have as a child is losing your beloved pet, and it doesn't get better as you get older. So it really pulls on your heartstrings. And
you got a father trying to spare his young daughter the sadness of that, and by doing so resurrects a demon cat named Church. And yeah, life lessons all around in this one. Thanks, Stephen King.
Yep. My Nana let me watch that when I was really little, and I still have not recovered. So there's that. Coming in at number 4, one of my family's favorites to watch, Poltergeist.
Directed by Toby Hooper of Texas Chainsaw Massacre fame, heavily overseen by Spielberg, of course, and it has that feel to it. Family moves into a new house, unbeknownst to them that, graveyard underneath it.
Yep, they never move the bodies, just the gravestones. Ooh, darn.
Yeah, it's a great one. I mean, it feels sort of like a family Halloween movie, but, I mean, you watch it, and, I mean, there's a lot of gore, there's a lot of corpses, and...
you never look at TV static the same after that. That kind of ruins that for you. Oh, and coming at number 3, one of my personal favorites, Night of the Living Dead.
Yes. Classic, black and white. I love it. Not everyone does, but if it's one you've kind of seen once and just you never return to it, check it out again. There's a new special edition, ultra high def. It looks beautiful. But it holds up. It still does. Check it out. It's still scary.
Yeah, it still is. We were just talking about how it's kind of a movie that grows up with you. You know, on the surface, you watch it as a kid, it's a zombie movie, it's terrifying. As an adult, still the zombie and terrifying, but there's just so many different layers to it. Just beautifully done. And like the effects, like the pudding and all of that they use for some of this, awesome. Definitely check it out and revisit it if you haven't done it in a while.
Number 2. Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like this is a gateway for a lot of people into horror.
Oh, I mean, whose parents didn't let them, like, watch that, you know, when they were younger? And then you're just a small child going to bed and having nightmares about Freddy Krueger, and you're freaked out because now you think it's real.
Well, it's not just the movie. It's the story. It's the ghost story about, oh, yeah, we didn't tell you we killed Fred Krueger, and now he's back. But we played dumb the whole time while your friends were dying.
Yeah.
But, we know who he is, but we didn't say anything.
And now he's back as this vengeful demon spirit that's going to come kill you all in your dreams.
With one-liners to go, you know. Just
I mean, to add insult to injury, which is just one of the best things. I think Nightmare on Elm Street really melds that humor and that horror together so well, like no other.
Number 1, Halloween. 1 and 2.
Because we can, and you kind of have to watch both of them. Like, it's a double feature. And how do you make a top 10 list with only, like, one Halloween movie on it? You just can't. This movie, I mean, how do you even begin to it? With the moodiness of it, the way it's shot, it's the story, it's the stalking.
It's a Midwest town that was reconstructed in California, of all places. But you never know that. I mean, but keep an eye out. You'll see a palm tree or 2 or 3.
They do a really good job of capturing that Midwestern feel, though. Like, when you watch that movie, like, you can feel the chill in the air. Like, you can smell the pumpkins and the plastic masks. Like, it is Halloween. And then you have this story. What makes it so scary is that this is a plausible horror story. Like, this is somebody who is coming back and has escaped from an institution to, you know, continue his work in this town. So it's almost scarier when this could actually happen / has happened.
And the thing that brings it all together is John Carpenter's score. There's not a better piece of music in horror. There's some close ones, but without that, you don't have that atmosphere. You don't have that mood. You don't have the Michael Myers essence.
No, and just that point of view stalking, the creepy breathing in the mask, like, it's just messed up.
With that piano just slowly menacing. It's sort of, I mean, it's up there with Jaws. So
it really is. It's got a like mental image of like a little Michael Myers in the water.
Got a fin. Yeah. He would do that, the bastard.
Yeah. This is essentially our top 10 list, though, of what makes it feel like Halloween. Some of these are derived from childhood. Some of these are more contemporary. But what movies make it feel like Halloween for you?
Yeah, and if it's on this list, you're wrong. So
yeah. Fight me in the comments.
Thank you guys so much for checking this out, and we'll see you for the next episode.